Okay. All right. So, and I'm going to mute everybody to make sure there's no feedback. All right. So, welcome everyone. So, as we find a comfortable seat, elevating your pelvis so that your spine can be tall and long. And if you would like support for your legs, you can use your blocks. So that's very individual. Sometimes it's a little too much. We're not even warmed up yet. And here we are celebrating the Friday of Halloween weekend. So let's take a deep breath in and reach the shoulders up to the ears. Pause there for a moment. Just take in how that feels, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. And as you exhale, let the shoulders fall down and away. Let's draw the shoulders forward on your next inhale. Notice how that feels, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Take one more inhale, lift the shoulders, and exhale, roll them down and back. One more time, inhale forward and up. Pause for a moment. Exhale, down and back. And allow your hands to come into your lap as we ground into the body, into the earth. So take a moment, close your eyes or turn your gaze down to reduce the stimulation of seeing. When we have visual contact, it stimulates the mind. So inviting the mind to become a little more steady and to turn our inner eyes in to the body. Check in. How is your body feeling this morning? Just noticing places in the body that you typically hold stress and tension. For me, it's neck and shoulders. For some, it's the abdomen. For others, it may be the face, around the eyes, squinching. Just see what's true for you. And then just taking a few breaths into any tight places, any contracted places. We're not trying to do anything. We're just sending the breath there to make more space for the tension to be held in. One more breath, breathing into any unpleasant sensations within the body. Exhaling, letting go of any stress, any tightness, any tension. Bring your hands to your heart center and set your intention for today's practice. What would you like to experience? And if it happens to be your birthday today, perhaps bringing that to mind with appreciation for your life, for the thousands of steps that you've taken on your journey. We can all do this, whether it's our birthday or not, bringing a vision of what we would like to unfold in the future. Taking another deep breath here. Exhale completely, and maybe just setting aside an intention also to just have fun and to be playful today. Let your hands come down by your sides and then just touch your mat. Notice how far you can reach out. So this is very dependent on the length of your arms. You can also use your blocks. Give a little bit more length to your arms with the blocks, bringing the earth up to your hands, your fingertips. And take a deep breath in, turn the palms up and reach up. Reaching to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart, bend your elbows to the sides. Inhale, reach up, lift up through your heart. And as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides, broaden across your chest. Feel the left collarbone reach to the left elbow and the right collarbone reaching to the right elbow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, touch the earth. Inhale, just bringing that right arm up. Left arm stays grounded. Reach up and over, reaching through the fingertips and keeping your sitting bone grounded on that right side. Inhale, pull belly to spine, reach up through vertical, and then take that right hand down, left arm reaches up. Inhale, get tall and long on that left side body first, and then exhale, reach up and over. Plant that left sitting bone down so you're grounded into both sides of your sacrum. Pull belly to spine, lift all the way back up. Both arms reach up. Exhale will flow from side to side. So finding your flow and let your head fall with you. Let the side of the neck stretch as we move to one side, the top of the neck stretching, and then feel the congestion, the compression on the other side. Keeping the chest open, so we're not rounding the upper back, shoulder blades pressing in towards the upper back ribs. One more time to each side. Feeling sensations as we open up the spaces between the ribs, making more space for the lungs, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching that left arm down, right arm up, and then let your head fall to the left towards your left shoulder, and then just reaching that right arm over and find your hand on the left side of your head, just cradling the head a bit. Press down into your left hand, spread that collarbone wide and lift your sternum. Maybe reaching your elbow back, right elbow back. As the left ear draws down to the shoulder. Inhale, come upright, keep your right hand right where it is, and just let your head fall towards the right shoulder. Keeping your right hand right where it is. Inhale, left arm reaches left, halfway, parallel to the ground. Turn your thumb down, and then hug into your low back. Slide your arm across your waistline. Maybe you can reach your right waistline. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here, inviting the right side of the neck to open. Take a deep breath in, or rather the left side. Deep breath in. Make an audible sound. One more. Maybe a spooky sound. Inhale. Come all the way up. Reach that arm up. Take your time. And then bring this right arm out to the right, thumb down, and hug into your low back. Inhale, lift your chest. Find a baby back bend here. Press the shoulder blades up and into the upper back ribs. Open the throat. Lift the sternum. And as you exhale, hinge at your hip creases. Just come right where you can sustain here, keeping the arms behind the back. How far can you lean? So there's a lot of core work happening here. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release your arms, let your hands come down and fold as deeply, as far to the ground as you would like. You can use your blocks here. You can make a stack for your head to come down onto as we release the neck. A little traction release for the head, for the neck. So with support, maybe no support, and just creating a little bit more traction for the head to fall. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And we're going to switch our legs. So I know some of you might be already symmetrical. Look at if you're not symmetrical, if one leg is in front of the other, just switch it. If you have a symmetry in the legs already, maybe stretch your legs out. You can do this anyway, just relieving tension, and then come back to your seat. However you'd like to sit, maybe one leg stretched out, one leg bent. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head. And as the collarbones broaden towards the armpits, can you hollow out the armpits? Draw the shoulder blades into the spine and press your elbows back. Let your head fall back into the basket of your hands. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, can you tip to the right? Keep everything where it is. We're just hinging, and then roll forward. Let your chin fall to your chest. Inhale, roll to the left, lifting that right elbow up and come all the way back to center. Other side, inhale, lift your breastbone. Exhale, tip to the left. Keep lifting up through your right elbow. And then round your spine as you come forward. All the way around, lifting that left elbow as the right elbow moves to the right. Inhale, lift all the way back up. One more time to each side. Move with your breath. And as you complete that second cycle, coming all the way back up, exhale, release the arms. Inhale, we're going to reach that left arm up, and then let your right ear fall to the right shoulder. And then taking this left arm over the head, and then just find the right side of your head. So we're just cradling the head with our arm, letting your head fall. Press down into your right fingertips. And as you press down, can you broaden across your collarbones a little bit more and lift through your sternum? As the right ear keeps falling to the right shoulder. Inhale, press down into your right fingertips, lift your head, keep your hand right where it is, and then exhale, let your head fall to the left shoulder, keeping your right hand right where it is. So nice, everyone. Right arm can reach to the right, thumb down, and then hug into your low back, sliding the arm across the waistline, the lumbar spine, maybe reaching your fingers to your left waist, letting the head fall. 3 breaths here. Deep breath. Let it go. Inhale. One more, making a scary sound if you'd like. You're muted, no one can hear. Inhale, come all the way back up. Take your time. Reach both arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers once again, and we're just going to move the head. So rotating around the neck, the pedestal of the head. Keeping the upper body stable and still as much as you can. Just moving the head, releasing tension in the neck. And we have the hands behind the head so that the head is not dropping too far back. Whatever direction you were going in, switch. Going from clockwise to counterclockwise or vice versa. One more time around. And then coming all the way back up through center. Bring your head right between your shoulders. Release the hands. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to move into table. So take your time. Actually, my bad. We're going to find one more forward fold. So especially if we have crossed our ankles, we want to have symmetry in the body. So one more forward fold. So you can keep your hands wherever you'd like, just tipping at the hip creases. So we're evening out the stretch in the glutes, the buttocks. And then if you have had support, maybe skip that and just find traction, if that's okay for your neck. If you had traction before, no support, maybe support your head this time. 3 breaths right where you are. Feel the breath in the back side of your body. And on your next inhale, lift your head. Slowly come back to center, to vertical. And now we'll come onto our knees. So feel free to pad your knees. Bring your blocks up near the top of your mat. And if you're padding your knees, then please also pad your ankles so they're all in the same plane. And then find some cat-cows here, making sure that the shoulders are right over the wrist creases and the hips are right over the knees. Toes tucked or toes untucked. You decide. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, find your cat. Press down into your hands, finding your Halloween cat stretch. Inhale, finding cow. Spread your fingers and your collarbones. Press the floor away. Halloween cat stretch. Chin to chest. Inhale, find your cow. This time, stick out the tongue. Find the hissing of the cat. Inhale, find cow. Hissing cat. Inhale, last time cow. Pull your belly up and in, even though the ribs are dropping, belly lifts. Hissing cat, press the ground away. Find a neutral spine here. Inhale, we're going to walk our hands towards our knees, slide up your legs, come all the way up onto your knees, and then curl the toes under. If you have a blanket there, you might want to move the blanket so that your toes are gripping your mat. And then hands to the back of the sacrum. So see where your hands want to go. Sometimes we make a C shape with our index finger and our thumb. Sometimes we can make the hands go flat right on the sacrum. And then another option is to turn the fingers up. This gives us a nice stretch through the arms, the wrists, the inner arms, working muscles that I personally don't experience a whole lot of. And wherever you are, we're pressing the hips forward. Take a deep breath in, lift your pubis to your navel, navel to solar plexus to the sternum. Keep lifting the breastbone all the way through the crown of the head, finding a baby back bend here. Hug your elbows in towards each other behind the back. One more breath in. Keep lifting the upper body. Exhale. Release your arms, bring your arms forward. Interlace your fingers and then press your palms away. So we're flipping from knuckles to palms, pressing the palms away. Drop your chin, round your spine. Inhale, lift your arms back up overhead. Exhale, release, bring your hands down to the ground, finding your table. Toes can stay tucked or not. And from here, we're going to send that right leg to the space behind us. So if you have anything beyond your foot and you can make contact, that would be ideal. But if you don't, no worries. I have a stair there, so I'm pressing the sole of my foot, my toes, and the heel of my foot into my stair. If you don't have anything, just imagine you do. And then pull belly to spine, lift your foot, keep your toes turned straight down, kneecap down, so we're not rotating in the hip. Pull belly to spine. Inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky, turning and twisting. Keep the right knee pointed down, and then exhale, circle that right arm around, reach forward, coming into Thunderbird, reaching through the heel and the fingertips. Exhale, bring your hand down, pull your knee into your chest, round your spine. Inhale, send your right leg back again, and then reaching option 2, left arm right alongside of the ear. Get long and strong from fingertips to heel. Keep pointing the knee and the toes down. Lift your inner thigh up to the sky, strengthening the inner thigh muscles. Exhale, hand down, knee to nose. One more time, reach it back. Reach the arm forward. Exhale, knee to elbow or knee to nose. Inhale, reach and stretch. Be very mindful of your knee pointing straight down, belly to spine. Bring your hand down. And this time we're going to carry that right leg over to the right, touch the ground, and then walk your hands towards your left knee. Come all the way up, hands to hips. And then turn your toes so that you're on a diagonal. And we're going to keep our foot down, little teeny bit micro bend in the knee. And we're going to come right back down to the ground again. I'm going to use my blocks. You might want to use them too. And you can adjust, so listen to your body as we start to move our pelvis. You can adjust your leg, your foot position anytime. We're going to make circles with our pelvis. So big circles going round and round, getting close to the ground, kind of like a crouching animal, giving your pelvis freedom to move. Be very mindful of your knee so that we keep our knee and our ankle aligned with each other for the most part. And then reverse those circles in the other direction. How low can you get to the ground without compromising any safety in your body? And when you finish that next circle, come back up. Flex your ankle, point the toes up, hands to hips. And then taking that right hand down to your thigh, lift that left arm up to the sky, reach up and over. So we've already done a lot of opening here. So really feel the reach as you drop your hip bone down towards your knee. Feel the waistline stretch up, long, long line on that left side body. Take one more breath here. Exhale, plant your right heels firmly, left hand to hip, reach that right arm up. Keep planting your right heel down and side bend to the right. Lots of core work here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Hands down to your blocks. And then bring that knee right back in, right where it was, right where we started. So we'll move to the other side, hands on blocks or not. Realign yourself, set yourself up again, and then we'll send that left leg back. Imagine you're pressing into a wall or some kind of surface, and it's giving you support. And as we straighten that left leg, so really straightening it, toes down, turn your inner thigh up to the sky, and then lift your foot. Imagine you're still pressing into something behind you, and then reaching this right arm forward, and then lift the arm, open up, exhale, circle the arm around, and then reach forward, get long, feel that inner left thigh lifting to the sky. Exhale, hand down, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Keep the toes and the kneecap straight and reaching down. Adding your arm if you'd like. Exhale, knee to nose, hugging in. Last time, inhale, reach. Extending the left arm, pausing for one more breath here. So is the back leg straight? Are you lifting through your navel? Can you spread your collarbones? Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow or knee to nose. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, hand down. So we're going to carry this left leg to the left and then bring your foot down to the ground. So from here, adjust yourself so that instead of the toes pointing straight forward, we are turning them on an angle. So we externally rotate in our hip socket, and we want the knee aiming towards the ankle, those middle toes. Hands can come up just for a moment to get that stability, little bend in the knee, and then bringing your hands back down to the ground, and we'll find that crouching creature that's just moving around. You might think of an animal in nature or some creature that we've never seen before. How low can you get as we simply invite more spaciousness into the inner groins, into the hips, working into the nooks and crannies of the pelvis. And then circling around in the other direction, bending your knee as needed, letting your tailbone be what initiates the movement. One more time around. Coming all the way back up through center. Hands to hips. Use your core strength to lift up, and then straighten your legs, point your toes up. Inhale, we can take our left hand to the thigh or the hip and reach that right arm up. Get long, so we've already been lengthening a lot on this side. So drop your right hip bone down and then feel your waist pull up out of the pelvic bowl. Really, really long here. And then reach over to the left. Sliding your left hand wherever it goes. Try not to collapse in the chest. Dig into your heel for stability, belly to spine, as we lift all the way back up through center. Right hand to the hip. Lift that left arm up. Keep reaching down. So get really grounded to earth in that left foot. And reach into the right. Lots of core work here. Pull belly to spine. Pull your shoulder blade, left shoulder blade in. Inhale, come all the way back up. So nice, everyone. Hands down, and then bring your knee back safely to meet your right knee. And then just shake out your hips, wag your tail. And then make a sound. So any sound you want, freeing up, liberating. Whatever it is, let it out. Let yourself be silly and playful. So We're going to come up into downward facing dog. Plant your hands, curl the toes under, and then press the ground away. Spread the collarbones, lift through your belly, and then lift your knees and send your hips way, 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 way back. So if we don't send the hips back, it's too much weight on the wrists. It's too much rounding in the upper back. So hips move back. If down dog is not your pose, come into a forward fold. Find some traction for the neck. Shake it yes, shake it no. Keep pressing the ground away. One more breath here. Make a sound, ha. Inhale, walk your hands and feet towards each other. Move any props out of the way. You're getting in your way of your feet, and find forward fold. Shake your head yes, shake it no. Bend your knees a lot, bring your hands to your hips, and then just let your head keep falling with traction, creating traction for the neck. And then hug your elbows like you're trying to touch them to each other. Inhale, press down into your feet and round up your spine. Chin is the last to lift. Unless you have osteoporosis, come up with a more flattish back. All the way up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your hands come by your sides. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. Little bend in the knees. And then inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Let the palms touch. Let the elbows touch. And then as you exhale, sink into your heels and sit back a little bit more like you're sitting down on a horse. Inhale, sweep the arms wide enough. Palms touch. Exhale, sit down in that imaginary chair perhaps. Inhale, sweep the arms up, press the ground away, strong legs. This time as you come down, maybe forward fold all the way over. And then imagine you've got like a big cape on, like a Dracula cape, round your spine, round your upper back, so the chin stays to the chest, and like you're holding your cape, pinching the fingers together, and then opening up your cape really wide, lifting your chest. Exhale, hands together, elbows together, sink down, maybe forward fold. Let your head go, and then opening up your cape. So imagine you're holding the cape out to the sides, you're pressing down, and you're rolling up. Lifting the cape, reaching the tops of your arms, your wrists up. One more time, exhale, hands and elbows together, sink down, fold over. One more time, rounding your spine like a hunchback, the hunchback of Notre Dame, and then open your elbows out to the side, pinch your fingers together like you're holding a cape, and then reaching the arms up like you're opening up your wings, your cape, reach up. And as you exhale, hands together at your heart center. So nice, everyone. So we're going to bring our feet back to hips width apart for Utkatasana. We want to bring the weight into the heels of the feet. So just shift your weight back and forward a little bit, just a little rocking. And maybe you can come onto your toes and lift your heels. Just rocking back and forth as we warm up soles of the feet. And the next time you pour the weight forward into your toes, stay here. Maybe you're holding onto a wall or a piece of furniture. Hug your inner out ankles towards each other. Maybe hands to the heart for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep hugging the ankles in, heels down. Sit down into your chair. The toes can slightly lift for a moment And then bring your toes back down for stability. Lift your pubic bone towards your navel. Notice how that tilts your pelvis. Lengthening, bringing more length to the lumbar spine. Hands to the hips. And then we're going to bring our hands, find a fist bump. So bringing the knuckles together right behind the back. And from here, broaden across your collarbones again. Sinking into the heels. Keep lifting from the pubic bone and broadening across the collarbones. Take one more breath here. Lift the top of the arm bones. Sink a little deeper into your hips, waking up the legs, powerful legs. Option 2, find opposite elbows, forearms, or wrists. Full belly to spine. Take one more breath here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Press the ground away, rise up, strong legs. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're going to do a little bit of the opposite. So I saw this on Instagram, never seen this pose before. It's called zombie. So I didn't make it up, somebody else did. So this time we're going to bring our hands to our hips and lift the heels, come on the balls of the feet, and make sure the knees are bent. Some of us, because there is balance, might want to use a wall or a piece of furniture. I'm going to come forward. So I'm on my toes and I'm lifting my heels. And you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can reach your arms forward and then do anything with your arms that you want. You can become like a scary monster, make some noise. Keep lifting the heels of the feet up. One more time. Shake your head and heels down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to plant our hands down to the ground or our blocks. You can frame your feet if you have access to that. And step back, high plank. Keep pulling the belly up and in. Reach the tailbone back with your heels and reach the collarbone, the sternum forward with the crown of the head for 3. Building strength and bone density in the upper body. 2. Keep lifting from the belly. 1. Knees down if they're not already. And we're going to come all the way down onto our belly. So all the way down to the ground. So from here, we're going to take our hands, find a block, bring it between your hands, and reach beyond your head. Turn your inner thighs up to the ceiling so that your knees are pointing down, toes down. See if you can even get the pinky toe down. Reaching long with your arms. So I've got the Buddha here in my way, so I'm going to scooch over a little bit. So reaching, bring your forehead down as you keep squeezing the block between your hands. Take a deep breath in, curl your toes under, press through the bottoms of your toes, the balls of your feet, and then can you pull your belly to your spine? Inhale, squeeze your block and just lift your chest. Lift your breastbone. Keep your neck long. Take another breath here, stay lifted, and now point your toes back. Press through the tops of the feet. Lengthen your tailbone back. Keep lifting through the inner thighs. Stay here for one more breath. Chest is lifted. Last option, lift your arms. Keep squeezing the block to the midline, floating it above the floor for 3. Pull the shoulder blades into the spine. 2, 1. Exhale. Bring your block down and bring your hands right alongside of your ribs for Cobra. Inhale, press through the tops of the feet, hug your elbows in, tailbone reaches back, sternum reaches forward and up, lifting the top of the arm bones for 3, for 2, For 1, exhale, lower. Make a little pillow with your hands, stacking your hands on top of each other and bring your forehead down. Take a rest. Deep breath in and sigh it out. Ha. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, and then bring your hands right back along your rib cage for Cobra. We're going to find hissing Cobra. Keep reaching through the tops of the feet, kneecaps down, inner thighs lifted so the legs are straight and strong. Inhale, reach your breastbone forward and up. Take a deep breath in, stick out the tongue and hiss. One more, keep lifting. Press down into your hands, lift yourself up through maybe up dog, knees down, hips back, child's pose. So maybe you are skipping child's and you're coming into puppy dog on your forearms so that you reduce the compression in your knees. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale, come back up through table. Curl the toes under and then press the ground away. Lift through the belly, lift the hips, send them up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to walk our feet one big giant step forward so the heels come down, and then take your feet wide apart. So the feet are as wide as your mat. So I'll turn around this way so you can see wide legs. And we're still in down dog, but the heels are down and it's a very short down dog. Inhale, press the ground away, press into your heels and walk your hands up. So now your hands are right, your wrists are right under your shoulders. Bring the right hand right to the center so it's more under your nose, and bring your left hand to your sacrum. Spread that left collarbone as you spread the right collarbone to the right. Keep your hand on your sacrum for feedback to keep your sacrum, your pelvis steady and still. And then just start to turn and twist over to the left. If you have shorter arms, longer torso, you might want to bring your hand onto a block. But try not to collapse in your grounded shoulder. Keep turning and twisting. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, take your right hand to your outer left ankle, calf, shin, wherever you can reach, crossing the leg and coming to the outside. And using that leverage to continue turning and twisting, maybe you lift that left arm. Get long from tailbone through the crown of the head for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, soft knees, forward fold. Inhale, so the feet are still wide apart, as wide as your mat. Round your spine, chin to chest, come up a little bit. And then imagine you've got that cape again, and you're opening your elbows out to the side. You're pinching the bottoms of the cape so you can really open it up wide, coming all the way back up. Nice opening through the chest. So nice, everyone. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hip creases. And then bring your left hand down to your block, right under your nose or the ground, whatever serves you best. Right hand to your sacrum. So wiggle your hips a little side to side, and then find what feels even and symmetrical and balanced. Keep the pelvis right where it is and start to turn and twist from the navel, the rib cage, your breastbone, turning and twisting to the right. Stay here. Option 2, take your left hand, cross the midline, cross your right leg, and grab hold of your leg wherever you can find it. Wherever you can make your left arm straight-ish. Keep opening up through that left collarbone. It wants to close, keep broadening. And then maybe you lift the right arm. For 3, for 2, get long from tailbone through the crown of the head. Exhale, release. Both arms down, bend your knees, hands to hips, and slowly come up. Take your time. Slow rise. So nice, everyone. We're going to widen our legs a little bit more. You can use your blocks here, going facing the long edge of your mat, and maybe bringing your blocks behind your heels as we move into our warrior sequence. So as the legs are wide, we want to make sure that we're not popping the outer ankles out. So hug them in. Relax the toes, feel the inner thighs turn slightly back, outer hips squeezing to the midline, and then reaching the arms up overhead. As you exhale, keep your collarbones broad, hands to hips, and we're going to turn the left toes to the left and the right heel back. Let your hands find your rib cage, turn your ribs so that your collarbones are parallel to the long edge of your mat. Open your arms wide apart. Take another breath in. As you exhale, left thumb down, hug into your low back. So same thing we did when we were seated, and then bend your left knee. So reaching through those right fingertips and counterbalancing it by reaching the right collarbone towards the right shoulder. Take another breath in. Exhale. Sinking into your hips, into your heels. Feel the press of your left big toe mound, and then revolve your warrior. Reach that left arm up and over, side bend. Exhale, reach, reach, reach beyond your left knee, and then bring your forearm down to your thigh. Keep spinning the heart up to the sky. Options, you can keep your left hand on your thigh, your elbow, rather, or you can drop down to your block. So don't do this if it compromises your pelvis. Keep your pelvis right where it is. Maybe lifting that top arm up, maybe extending from the heel through the fingertips, reaching beyond the crown of the head for 3. Keep pulling belly to spine. 2, 1. Inhale, top hand to your hip. Open up through the chest, and then squeeze your feet towards each other as you come up. Press into your front leg, straighten the knee. And then turn your toes in the same direction. Find your peace fingers in index and middle finger. Inhale, arms reach up. Forward fold, hinge at your hip creases, peace fingers between the second and big toes, seal it off with your thumbs. And if the reach isn't quite here, you can bring your hands to your ankles, your shins, your calves, wherever they're going to go. Inhale, get long, pull the belly in, pour a little bit more weight into the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides, crown of the head falls. And then it's really easy to collapse through the chest. So keep gathering those shoulder blades into the spine. Keep lifting through the belly, neck long. Exhale, hold. Inhale, come up halfway. Release your toes if you have them, hands to hips. Take your time to slowly come back up. Take your time. No rush. Once you arrive here, we're going to turn those right toes to the right, spin your left heel back. And then if you think you want to use your block and you know that it's not within reach, you can get both of your blocks and you can stack them on top of each other so that you can try to reach for the blocks rather, there's nothing wrong with bringing our forearm down, but there's a tendency to lean our way into it. So when we have the blocks there, we might be a little lighter, a little bit lighter on our shoulder. So hands to ribs, spin your torso without moving the hips, making sure this knee is aiming right over the ankle. Open your arms and then left thumb down, hug into your low back. Opening up through the chest. Inhale, reach that top arm up to the sky, revolve your warrior, sink a little deeper into your hips. Peaceful warrior. Inhale, reach forward, keep reaching. Keep your knee aiming right over the middle toes. And then when you can't reach anymore, forearm down to your thigh, and then turn and spin your heart to the sky. So it's the same thing in a twist. And then if you want, you can come down to a block instead. Keep rooting through your back heel, your front big toe mound. I think it's time for me to get a new mat. All this sticky stuff is worn off my mat. Take one more breath here. Maybe you lift that top arm up to the sky, maybe extending through the fingertips for 3. From left heel all the way through those fingertips. 2. Long stretch through the whole left side of the body. Pull belly to spine. Lift yourself up with your left arm or bring your left hand to your hip for more stability. Lots of core work there to come up. Hands to the hips. Spin the right toes to the long edge of the mat, and then spin your heels in, toes forward, heels in. So coming into this shape where the feet are on a diagonal, hands to hips, sit down into your chair. Knees are going to accommodate by bending and going out to the sides. Pubis straight down, tailbone straight down. And then feel the pelvic floor muscles lifting, pubis and tailbone reaching towards each other. And we want to make sure that we're using these inner thighs, the strength of our inner thighs, to keep opening the legs wide so the knees don't collapse in towards each other. Hands to thighs, sinking down. One more breath here. Maybe sinking a little deeper, so making sure there's no pain in the knees. Press into the heels, big toe mound, straighten your legs, reach your arms up. And then a big ha breath as we sing, as we bend our elbows and as we bend our knees. Inhale, reach and extend. Big breath. Stick out your tongue. Finding Kali. Kali devoured her children after they were born. The goddess of creation and destruction. One more time. Inhale, straighten the legs. And sink down. Find your Kali strength, strong legs, open heart. One more breath. Hands to your thighs, press down, and then straighten your legs, come back up. Walk your feet back to the midline. So we're going to move into a balancing shape. If you want to move to a wall or a piece of furniture, feel free to do that. I'm getting a little too warm. I'm going to take off a layer here, and we're going to move into a familiar shape. But we're going to call it, instead of Warrior 3, we're going to call it Flying Witch, just for fun. So from here, coming to the top of your mat, making sure that you have your blocks. And if you're not coming to the top of your mat because you're using a piece of furniture or wall, just bring your blocks with you just in case. We're going to start with supported Warrior 3 first. And then we'll move into Flying Witch. So feet together, feet or hips width apart. Inhale, sweep the arms widen up. Exhale, swan dive down. Find your blocks on the highest level. Pull belly to spine, broaden across your collarbones. Pour the weight into your left leg, left foot. Stay light on your hands, so we're not sinking a lot of weight into our arms. And then just take your left leg back, coming onto your big toe. Flex your ankle, and then can you float your foot up a little higher, finding warrior 3. So we want to find pubis. We want to zip the front of the body. So pubis to navel, navel to sternum, sternum through the crown of the head, broaden across your collarbones. Inner thighs lifting up, just like we did when we run our knees, toes down. This takes a lot of strength in our legs, in our pelvis. So feel your breastbone reaching forward to get lighter on your fingertips. Maybe come onto your fingertips from your hands for 3. Keep turning the inner thigh up. 2, 1, exhale. Take that foot all the way down. Bend your knees. Inhale, release. Arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that on the other side. And what we're really aiming for is the standing leg. We want to hug the outer hip in. We're really strengthening those standing glute and all those muscles that support our pelvis and our hips. So here we go, other side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, find your blocks. And then from here, pour the weight into your right foot and take your left toe back. Come onto the toe, adjust here. So zip up the front side body first. Pubis to navel, navel to sternum. Get long through the crown of the head, and then flex your ankle, point your toes down as you lift your foot. So we're not turning the toes out to the side. We're pointing them straight down. And what do we need to do that? We have to work our inner thigh muscles. So lift your inner thigh, left inner thigh to the sky. Press down into your standing foot and hug your right glute in. Take your right sitting bone and hug it towards the midline of the body. Maybe get a little lighter on your fingertips. Keep spinning that left inner thigh up. Lots of work here. One more breath. Exhale. So good for strengthening the legs, strengthening those pelvis muscles. Release, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. So now we'll find flying witch. Now that we've kind of got the alignment and we know what we're doing and where we're going. Now, if you want to come to a piece of furniture or a wall, feel free to do that. So similar, but we're going to add some variations with our arms. So inhale, arms reach wide and up. Exhale, hands to the hips. We're going to come from standing. So same thing, pour the weight into the left leg, take your right big toe back, flex your ankle, and then tip at your hip creases. Some of us might be reaching for a wall or a piece of furniture in front. Inner thigh lifts up, flying witch. And then maybe you find the cape of the witch out to the sides, just like we did before. So keep spinning that back, the aerial leg up, not above the horizon, but the inner thigh up for 3. Maybe the arms come forward for 2. Last breath for 1. Flying witch. Exhale, hands down, feet down, or not hands down, feet down. So bring that right foot back, right where it was. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to your hips. So starting by pouring the weight into the right foot, take your left big toe back, and then tip at your hip creases and free up that right leg. If you have something to put it on, you can do that. That's an option. Try to make this leg as straight as you can. That's going to help a lot. And then turn the inner thigh up. A lot of work here. And then maybe you're finding your open cape, reaching the arms out to the sides as you fly your witch, flying on her broomstick. Keep lifting through the belly, lifting and zipping up the front side body for 3. Maybe the arms come forward, flying witch 2. Flying on her broom 1. Exhale, hands to hips. Step that left foot down to meet the right. So nice, everyone, that I could see, and I see the shaking of the legs. Yeah, let's shake the legs out. Lots of fatiguing and strengthening those legs. Circle your hips around. All right. We're going to make our way down to the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands down on your blocks or the mat, and come onto one knee and then the other. We have one more shape that we're going to come into. So let's use our blocks. Bring them up to the front, in front of our body. You can bring your hands on your blocks. And then we're going to walk our knees out to the sides. Bring your big toes to touch. So some of us are maybe going to want to take, so I'm going to come here so you can see me where I'm going. I'm taking my knees wide, and then I'm bringing my big toes to touch. Some of us are going to take a block and slide it underneath the pelvis and have a seat on that block. Some of us are going to do this without the block. Some of us might want 2 blocks. So I've got 2 blocks there, and we're having our seat. So as we come into lion, Simbasana, lion. So whether you have your blocks or not, here we are, hands on our thighs. So get long and tall first, zip up the front body, pubis to navel. Navel lifts to the breastbone. Breastbone lifts through the crown of the head. Keep all that opening. Options, we're going to bring our hands down to the ground without collapsing the front side body. Turn your fingers to the sides and then maybe bring your wrists together, your forearms together. You might have to move your breast tissue out of the way. Just accommodating here, and then maybe turning your fingers back towards your pelvis. You can stay on your fingertips for a little bit more height, or bring your palms down, the heels of the hands down. So notice if you let go in the front side body, zip it up again. Draw your tailbone down, broaden across your collarbones. So lion's breath, deep breath in, and Simbasana, lion pose. Stick out the tongue and roar. Inhale. Do this softly so you don't strain your throat. You can still be fierce. One more time. So traditionally, just so you know, there's a crossing of the eyes and lifting the eye gaze up and crossing the eyes, but I don't like to teach that. I'm not so sure that's good for the eyes. So those crazy yogis 2,000 years ago, of course, that's what they did. So we can release, you can bring your knees back towards each other, and then just let's find a little relief for the wrists. So you can just shake your wrists out a little bit here. And then bring one hand to the back of the hand, gently press back. Little counter stretch to the wrist. Other side. Gentle press. And then bringing the hands together in one more little wrist release. So opening up the hands like you're reading a book, and then bringing the backs of the hands together. Let the fingers drop down, and we're just rolling the hands. Rolling the hands. And then the other direction. You all have it. Beautiful. And then just a little shake, gentle shake of the wrists. And then scooch to one side, and we're going to make our way all the way onto our back. So coming onto your spine. And make sure that you bring all of your props that you want for Shavasana with you. Coming all the way onto your back. And we're going to take one block and bring that between the thighs. Bending your legs, feet down, hands by your sides. So as you inhale, gather the shoulder blades together, lift the breastbone so that your shoulder blades are nice and flat-ish on your mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press down into your feet, press into your hands, and float your hips up. Take another breath in. Squeeze the outer hips to the midline. Squeeze the block between your thighs. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly start to lower all the way down. 2 more moving bridges. Inhale, outer hips squeeze in, press the knees together, thighs together into the block. Float your hips up as you press into your feet. Exhale, lower. Take your time. Collarbones broad. Last time, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Outer hips to the midline. Thighs squeezing your blocks, lifting up. Last option, lift your arms up to the sky. Maybe reach back behind. Keep squeezing your block, lifting your hips for 3. For 2, outer hips squeeze in. 1, exhale, slowly lower your spine, your pelvis, all the way down, and then your arms. So we're going to come into supported fish. So you can move your block out of the way. Keep your legs right where they are, bent knees. And then lift your pelvis and bring your hands underneath your pelvis so that your thumbs come together, thumbs touch. And then let your hips come back down. And then do whatever you need for comfort. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but see if you can bring your elbows a little closer towards each other. And then don't straighten your legs quite yet. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the head, look towards your knees, and then press into your forearms. Can you lift your chest up and come onto the back of your head, the top of your head rather? So it's a big back bend here, but there's lots of support. The throat is open. So stay right here. Last option, straighten your legs. Keep pulling the belly in. So either bent legs or straight legs, your choice. For 3, keep lifting your breastbone to the sky. 2, 1. Bend your legs if they're not already, and then lift your head, draw your chin to your chest, and then come all the way back down. Release your hands from under your body. And hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Find happy baby. Hands behind the thighs, maybe your calves, maybe your feet. Rocking a little side to side. And making your way into Shavasana. Maybe legs up the wall. Coming into corpse pose, or legs up the wall. You decide how you would like to end your practice, finding deep relaxation through the body. Using your props, maybe you have an eye pillow that you want to set over the eyes. That little bit of added weight can feel so nice. And once you land, taking a deep breath in, letting your whole body melt into the support that's here for you. Your whole body letting go. And as we land and come into stillness, sometimes the body starts to feel a little chilled. And so that blanket that I see some of you using can feel really nice. The weight of the blanket, the warmth, just soaking all that in. Letting yourself receive, letting go. Awareness of your whole body relaxing and receiving. Light cannot see inside things. That is what the darkness is for. Minding the interior, nurturing the draw of growth through places where death, in its own way, turns into life. And the glare of neon times, let our eyes not be worn by surfaces that shine with hunger made attractive. That our thoughts may be true light, finding their way into words, which have the weight of shadow to hold the layers of truth. That we never place our trust in minds claimed by empty light, where one-sided certainties are driven by false desire. We look into the heart. May our eyes have the kindness and reverence of candlelight. That the searching of our minds be equal to the oblique crevices and corners where the mystery continues to dwell, glimmering in true light. Stay here in Shavasana as long as you would like. It can be a real gift to yourself to stay. And if you're ready to come out, let your breath deepen. Begin to move your body, stirring your body awake, or choosing to stay. And finding your way up onto your seat if you're choosing to come back. When you are ready, or choosing to stay in this beautiful space of Shavasana. Bringing your hands, once you find your comfortable seat, wherever you'd like, on your lap, at your heart center. And drinking in the nourishment from your practice today as we deepen our breath, as we elevate our vibration, as we become more aware of our body, as we inhabit this body, we have more access to our inner resources to carry us through and forward. Let's end our practice with the chant of Om. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you beautiful yoginis. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up, for being here. And